actually recording this time, for heck's sakes. Welcome, Leo, to your reading. This is a general reading for the sign of Leo for October 2017. Sun, rising, moon sign, especially your moon sign. If your sun sign reading doesn't seem to resonate, you should check out your moon sign. And I will leave a link below so you can find out where your chart is if you don't already know. Okay, let's get started. So I'm definitely getting a lot of just crossover energy from last month. Still this something that's very close to your heart, very close to your something that's very your comfort zone, right? Either in your environment or within yourself, or something that's very familiar. That's suddenly, or maybe not suddenly, obviously not suddenly, because I said crossover from last month, but that's not working, right? And there's an element of it that really makes sense. Like I said, it's something that's close to you. It's close to your heart. It's close to your psyche and your life and that kind of thing. So it's, in a lot of ways it does make sense, but there are some ways that it's not really working, and it's starting to kind of solidify. A lot of those negative things are really planting their feet. And it's creating some reactions, definitely maybe from you, perhaps from people in your space also, but they're very kind of innocent reactions. Not innocent as in like harmless, but innocent as in they're benign. You're not doing them to anybody, or nobody's like doing them to you. It's just people being stressed out, somebody getting stressed out, and they're reacting from their kind of automatic stress responses. And it has to do with not wanting to, or not being able to kind of deal with the situation, right? Being so sensitive about it that you can't kind of like sort it out, or somebody's having a hard time sorting it out because due to their sensitivities. And there's definitely some emotional expression indicated, and hurt feelings I'm seeing, and a little bit of stagnation, feeling of somebody maybe trying to have control over you, or you trying to have control over somebody else, and that could be creating some issues, a little bit of a power struggle. But I'm not seeing that it's more just like could be like a personality clash, or what would be the equivalent of a personality clash that would be like not really anybody's like fault. It just kind of like is something that's happening. It's just kind of some things that are coming together that are like creating a little bit of chaos, right? And as I said, it's familiar, so it's something that's kind of easy to go into, and of course your automatic responses as well are going to be familiar and easy to fall right into, right? Easy to kind of embrace and comfort zone related. It's kind of yeah, as I said, hurt feelings, and hurt, a little bit of a hurt sense of self maybe, or something that makes you question yourself, or somebody is questioning themselves, and it's not super easy, I guess, maybe. Questioning either themselves or something in their environment is causing them to kind of question themselves, and it's creating that reactionary vibe. Yeah, and like I said, it's not something that's easily let go of. It's something that you still feel tied to, and that you may even want to like nurture in a lot of ways, right? But it's causing some hurt, and some hurt feelings, and some stressed emotions, or I shouldn't say stressed emotions, because I'm not getting a sense of like anxiety necessarily, but specifically hurt feelings. And I guess it would be stress, right? Stress to the system that's making it kind of react in these not so controlled manners, right, over themselves. And there may be also somebody kind of lacking control over themselves and lashing out to maybe control somebody else too, or trying to control something that isn't relative to what they need to be controlling, displacing that kind of lack of control onto something or someone else, and that could be creating issues as well. So yeah, I'm definitely seeing a lot of things kind of bumping into each other, and there's a lot of sensitivities involved, a lot of sensitivities. So I'm going to pick these up. If this situation seems familiar, stay tuned, and I'm going to put some cards down and come back with some advice. I'll be right back. Okay, Leo, I'm back with your advice. Here it is. Again, I want to reiterate, and I know this was involved in last month's reading, but the idea that, I'm sure that you know this and can feel this, right? If this reading is for you, but it's just because it's not, or the fact that it's not easy, right? That it's a tricky situation, it's a sticky situation, it's a stuck situation, and that doesn't mean that it's like hopeless kind of thing. That it's just rough, it's tough. It's going to take maybe some effort and some work, and some work on yourself too. Okay, so that being said, the general kind of advice is to really definitely take this relationship with this element, whatever it is, whether it's another person or something else, take that as seriously as a codependency, right? As a codependency on the part of somebody is not being compensated, or they're not being reciprocated. Their efforts aren't being reciprocated, right? But that person themselves is you or whomever is dependent on that situation, right? Dependent on that element, that person or whatever, despite the fact that it's not a reciprocal relationship, right? That they give more than they get. There's still a heavy codependency there. And it may be a codependency, right? Some people are codependent on specifically giving, right? Where they feel they need to continue to give and give and give. And that can become a really codependent habit for some people. And I am seeing this element of being very entwined with this thing and expecting that you can continue to give, and at some point you're going to receive what you're giving, back into yourself or whatever. And it's a want and a pull to lean on that person or that thing. I'm saying person. I'm definitely getting person, but this is a general reading, so it may not be a person, right? It may be a part of your psyche, a part of your just your habits and your life and that kind of thing, or a situation, environmental situation or something. But I am definitely getting another person, and maybe that's because it's a codependent relationship, but it could also be like a substance relationship or something like that too, right? This feeling of you're putting everything into it, right? And you're not getting really anything back except for this satiating this codependency that you have for this thing. Okay. And they're wanting you to take some space from it, right? Separate yourself from it. And that's what I mean by take it seriously as a codependency, right? You need to get a little bit of space and a little bit of physical space, and take some space for yourself, right? In your environment. And if it's not another person, and it's something, or another person or a substance or something like that, and it's more internal and more psychologically related, to still try to take some space, even though obviously it can't be like just physically removing yourself, but it's still trying to stop certain thought processes and being very specific and very dedicated to that, as having kind of like taken, as I said, taking the codependency seriously, really framing this for yourself as an issue. It's an actual real issue, right? That's going to kind of behoove you to work on it, and not just kind of like be like, like being irritated with it because it's not giving you what you need, but the only reason you're kind of doing it to begin with, or maybe not the only reason, but the only thing that you're getting from it to begin with is as I said, enabling your codependencies. Okay. So they really want you to also honor your strengths, right? Easier said than done, I know, but all your resources, all your inner resources, use your emotions to guide you, your intellect to guide you, your dedication, right? Your willingness to put in work and that kind of thing, and look for something, or look for something to kind of focus your energy on, and put energy into that's going to give a return, right? And especially right now, maybe a more immediate return, if that makes sense. Don't jump from one bad habit, one addiction, just right to another one, but do something that's going to be very distracting for you, because they are advising you to break away from something that you're very connected to, very attached to, right? And not, if it's a person, family member, or somebody that's close to you or something, it doesn't necessarily have to be forever. It's not about, or even a habit or something like that. It's like, it doesn't have to be forever and ever. It's purely about breaking that dependency, right? In a way that's, and what I'm seeing is that it's, I'm getting out of breath for some reason. I need to slow down. They're saying that it's, you want to make that break, and that not only for your own well-being, right, but for this relationship, if it's an important one, or this element, if it's an important one for you to ultimately keep, is that you want to kind of like save it before it goes to shit. And the way to save it is not to kind of continue to feed things that are harboring, that are causing resentment and that kind of thing, and frustration and that kind of thing, right? You want it to be healthy. So you want it to be authentic and reciprocal and that kind of thing. So you need to maybe pull some of your energies back and redirect them. And like I said, go for things that are giving you some of the feelings that you're searching for in that relationship, and not receiving something that's better, something that's more reciprocal, right? And as well, to stay more objective and future oriented, and in such a way that you're not getting quite as bogged down by individual emotions, right? Because of course, breaking habits and things like that is difficult. It's hard. So you want to stay a little bit centered, a little bit grounded by trying to be a little bit more future oriented, and remind yourself of that. And as I said, remind yourself of your strengths, and trust your strengths, and trust yourself, right? And care for yourself also. It's really a self-care thing, and it's for as I said, the benefit also of this relationship, or this relationship with whatever the element is. If you want to kind of have that be like a good, healthy, strong thing, that's not going to be causing you stress and stuff like that. Let's see what else. Yeah, you want to shut yourself off a little bit. Pull back some of your energy, redirect your energy some. And stay engaged. Like I said, stay emotionally engaged. When you're in your emotions, stay with them and stay present, and you can observe them and feel them and that kind of thing, but try not to get too into them, because you want to be, rather than going back, as I said, into your usual patterns and your usual things and your usual kind of ruts, you want My camera died, so as I was saying, what was I saying? Rather than going into your usual ruts, you want to be purposeful, right? You want to be, take it moment by moment, right? Keep your goals in mind, that kind of thing. Forward thinking, but take it moment by moment, making sure you're just being specific and purposeful with your actions, and strong, right? And redirecting yourself, redirecting your energies, and putting them into something else, because although your your reactions and your, make sure I'm recording, yes, your reactions and things, as I said, they're not vindictive. They still are problematic, right? For you and other people and things like that in your environment. So, yeah. Well, I'm still talking and I lost my train of thought. So great. Yeah. Okay. I guess that's it. Yeah. It's just very much about directing yourself, getting a little bit of separation, taking this seriously, right, and taking it seriously as specifically a codependency and something a habit you need to break. That's not just something that you can just say, oh, I don't want to do this anymore, and just be done with it, right? It's going to take work and effort, and work and effort on your part in probably more ways than one, more ways than one, probably more ways than one, intellectually, physically, emotionally, but gather up your strengths and and you can seek help. You can that kind of thing. You don't have to just do it on your own, even though I am talking about your strengths and things like that. It's more in terms of versus the thing that you're leaning on, right? This comfort thing that you're not breaking away from, that's not giving you what you need. That's what you kind of want to separate yourself from. That's what you want to not lean on, at least for the time being. I have no idea how long I was talking before my camera cut off, so I hope that I have everything in here. I hope I didn't say anything and I'm now forgetting to say it. I'm going to guess not, and also this is already hella long. Even though I kind of want to pull some more cards, but there's kind of only so far I can go on a general reading. So, I hope this was helpful for you, and at least gives you maybe somewhere to start, maybe something to think about, and maybe a little bit of motivation. And as I said, the number one kind of thing is to take it seriously, right? And be dedicated and remain dedicated, because it's not just an easy thing. So, okay, as I said, I hope this was helpful. If it was, let me know. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Okay, and I will see you on another day at another time. Thank you for watching.